Hello everyone, welcome back to Apple Official Channel. Today we are going to learn about monkeys and orangutans, where they live, and how they survive and adapt to the environment. They live on the islands of Borneo and Sumatra, which are located in Indonesia, below Eastern Asia. But what are orangutans? What do they eat? And why do some even go extinct? This is Apple Official Channel, and today we are going to learn more. Let's learn together. Animals. First, let's investigate all the other animals that live in Indonesia. There is more than just monkeys and orangutans. There are also other animals.
The siamang is found in the mountains of Southeast Asia and Sumatra, Malaysia, and Thailand. It lives in the forest and eats fruits and leaves. Thanks to a large pouch on its throat, the siamang can make a loud song which help other siamangs know it's there. Adult siamangs groom each other as part of an important social interaction.
Wow, that's a fun fact. I didn't know that. Let's learn about more animals.
The double-wattled cassowary is one of the largest birds in New Guinea and Indonesia. Like emus and ostriches, these cassowaries are flightless birds, which means they cannot fly. Double-wattled cassowaries live a very lonely life. The male birds of this species build nests, hatch the eggs, and raise the chicks all by themselves.
Unfortunately, for these human-like evolutionary creatures, monkeys and orangutans also live a sad life due to forestation, which places have destruction of rainforests. That's bad because orangutans need the trees for food and protection from predators. Here's the difference. Orangutans that live in fruit tree habitats need those trees to get food, while the orangutans that live in non-fruity tree habitats need safety from predators.
The wedge-tailed eagle can be found primarily in Australia, Papua New Guinea, and Indonesia. It is one of the sugar glider can be found in the forests of Australia, Tasmania. The large Asian elephant roams the rhinoceros is found in eastern and southern tropical Asia. The orangutan is found in the rainforests of Borneo and Sumatra.
There we go.
They are the largest tree-dwelling mammals in the world and spend most of their time in trees. They eat fruits as well as nuts and bark. Unlike nearly all other apes and monkeys, adult orangutans usually live alone.
I didn't know that either. But see how the orangutans are depending on the trees for food and survival. Look at what they're doing. They're even jumping from the trees. Jumping from branch to branch or swinging from branch to branch actually helps the orangutans to look for more food in case the tree has ran out of food. So that is very important for orangutans. All right, now let's shut this down. We have enough of Indonesia for today. Okay, we know where they live. Now, we discussed part of what orangutans do, but we are going to discuss how they survive in the ecosystem. Although deforestation of orangutans, monkeys, gorillas, and all other kinds of apes has been going around, skyrocketing really high, they actually have survived, and some of them have even increased. You want to know why? In Indonesia, there is a lot of trees. The Java Sea splits between the vegetation and the land. But besides that, it is close to the equator, which means it's also the the warmest of where orangutans live. Farmers cut down trees not only for deforestation and destruction of forests, but also a positive impact on cutting down those trees is that when you cut down vegetation, you will actually have room to make more land. How is more land good? Well, more land basically means more vegetation, and animals depend on vegetation, like snails. Snails, if placed on a test tube, will die. That's why the snails need to stand up on a plant in a test tube at the same time, and it will survive. So, more trees cut down, more land. More land, more vegetation. More vegetation, more orangutans and monkeys. Can't you believe it? I know. Cutting down trees and making a plantation for more land has really saved a lot of lives. But sadly, as usual, usual animals like pigs, rats, snakes, etc. have decreased, and some of them even went extinct. Orangutans and monkeys, well, they have gone extinct too, but that was before the plantation started, and that was during the deforestation, or the process of where trees are cut down. It is especially dangerous to cut down a tree while an orangutan is sitting on it. If the tree falls down, then the orangutan falls down. If it hits hard enough, then it will hit its head and possibly die. So that's why deforestation is bad, but starting a plantation would be good, because cutting down trees will make room for more land and more vegetation. It basically makes more room, making the monkeys and orangutans come to the vegetation, thus decreasing but increasing the population at the same time. Also, due to the decreasing debate, some scientists say that orangutans and monkeys have even been classified as an endangered species. I know, right? Well, we can't all tolerate the same perfect ecosystem together. Okay, I'm only kidding. Unless I am not really kidding. And then we're going to lastly learn how they adapt to the ecosystem. So, to the right of Indonesia, there are two countries I think you already know. It's New Guinea and Papua New Guinea. Some other animals live there, but orangutans live mostly in Indonesia. Mostly. They can live in Malaysia too, just on this part. Because that place is where most deforestation takes place, and orangutans might have decreased. Some even might have gone extinct because of the deforestation or process when trees are cut down. But the trees are cut down to make more space for more vegetation. What I'm trying to say is they are making more hectares of land so that the orangutans can roam free. And especially the monkeys too. Who can't forget about the monkeys? These apes live on the islands of Borneo and Sumatra. But unfortunately, and obviously, there are predators in those islands. One of those predators is the Sumatran tiger. Of course, living on Sumatra. That's why it's called the Sumatran tiger. Anyways, Sumatran tigers are huge predators of orangutans. You see, tigers and orangutans in an ecosystem kind of go hand in hand. And sadly, the tiger population has increased, making the orangutan population decrease during the forestation, first of all, and second of all during the tigers, because the tigers actually hunt the orangutans. They are predators. A predator is an animal which hunts for and sometimes eats another animal. Or always eats another animal. And then another predator, believe it or not, is the Borneo clouded leopard. I know, right? How can leopards possibly harm monkeys and orangutans? But believe me, these clouded leopards really do harm orangutans. You see, leopards, which are big cats in the cat family, like to lay down in branches of trees. So, if it is laying down on a tree while an orangutan is hanging on a tree, then the hanging and shaking of the tree will disturb the leopard and wake it up. Thus, it will scratch the orangutan and it will possibly die due to the leopard. So yeah, leopards have huge claws which could easily kill orangutans and monkeys. In fact, the deforestation process and decrease of monkeys and orangutan species, these apes have decreased since 2020. I know, so sad. But then they increased because more land, more vegetation. They need the vegetation for survival. So if they come to the vegetation, then they will survive and then they will increase. But pigs, rats, and snakes, etc., are not really used to doing that process. So they die. Here are. And they always decrease. Well, anyways, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe if you learned anything new about orangutans or monkeys. What was a fact or a lesson that you didn't know or that you are completely shocked about? Let us know by giving us a like and subscribing to the channel for more learning topics. We'll see you later. Eek. That's monkey talk for goodbye. We'll see you soon on Apple Official Channel.